All right, YouTube fam, what's going on? I'm at one of my favorite places in the world, or at least in Osceola County. Today is not so much a review of a weapon, but switching. So I had the Burris Fastfire 3 on this. This is my carry. It's ARX Delta M. It was an L, but I changed up everything. I made it an M because the grip was way too long. I got the Liberty, the Swamp Fox Liberty on here, and today's just sighting it in. It's already a better optic because of the light. It's daytime visible, which is very important when carrying all day. Burris Fastfire was a little thicker here, a little higher, and the highest setting was probably as high as probably the third lowest setting, second lowest setting. And the mounting hardware was almost barely any. It came with two to four screws or something like that, whereas Swamp Fox gives you all types of torque screws, depths, and all that stuff. So I do have the iron sight shield on it, which is a really nice piece. Makes it a bit thicker, but you see the space. But you know, you can drop that. I'm not going to because it's brand new, and these are not cheap. They're affordable. They're not cheap when compared to everything else in their price range, or not price range, but competitors. So I'm dropping. This is my daily carry, so you can see she's got one in the chamber. So clear, inspected. Take that YouTube RSOs. So taking this out, getting this sighted in. I do have a Rossi RS22. I will be, which is brand new. I'm sighting that in also. I'm at the, I believe, 25-yard range. It's the handgun range. I'm not going to the rifle range right now because I kind of want to get through this. I'm just going to sight it in at 25 yards and sight it in a little high. Other than that, this is my new hat next to my old hat. I do like this one, but it's a little bit too low, especially when you're shooting and you have glasses and stuff. So I thought I had a large, but this is a small medium. I love this place. I gotta support it, and I will be bringing out my P365 XL. This also has the Romeo Zero with the metal housing around it. Just gonna do all my my other ones in my pocket. Just gonna be running my Smith & Wesson CSX. I'm just gonna be running all my EDCs. So sometimes I carry all these at the same time because this goes in my Uncle Mike's. Y'all remember Uncle Mike? Fanny pack here, bum bag I should say, for my family across the pond. I use it at work, so it's not in there. I can't carry at work. Apparently it's frowned upon to bring guns into hospitals. So we get in there. Boom, there she goes. She fits well. I actually have to adjust this because it's hanging out, but you get the idea. A little more vertical. Why would you carry 3? Why wouldn't you? That's my answer. 3 guns, 6 mags. I don't think I'm that good a shot, so I'd rather have as much advantage as I can carry, literally. I'm gonna try these out again. These Axel Extremes haven't worked out well for me in the past. Maybe I'm just giving them another shot. And then of course I got my my Walker's Extreme. These are Bluetooth also. These are Bluetooth. And I thought these were Ear Pro. I forgot who makes these rugged, but they are definitely not. These are in-ear rope. So we'll see how it goes. All right, that's the preamble, whatever you want to call it. Let me get all this shit set up down on the range. get my sticker targets up, and then might be able to get 1 or 2 videos on the range. But we'll probably be back here and talking it out so you know how it goes. Give me a minute here. All right, so first is the Rossi. Let me see here. Rossi 22 Magnum with a red line, 1 to 6 LPVO. Sun's gonna be in the way here for a little bit, but let's just get a couple of shots. And axle probably working pretty good. My right ear must be a little bit smaller than my left because that earpiece or ear cup or styrofoam piece is kind of slipping out. So it's working much better than it did prior to. All right, let's see. Why not just go all the way? Probably should rack it, huh? So used to not using safeties that all right, that's good. So I'm gonna sight that in, and that's the end of that. Shot well, popped good. All right, so sighted in. Should take me about 8 more rounds, and I should be done. So great price, $280. A couple discounts, but it was MSRP was $279.99. And I've been looking for a semi-auto 22 mag. This fits the bill perfectly, better than building one because the upper was $350 by itself. So. Okay, here we go. Not too much to say. I'll start with the Rossi. I only brought one kind of ammo. It was a Winchester 40 grain, like 1950 feet per second or something like that. I had to note it down. Let's see here. I had 1 hard primer, so that's not on the gun. And when I loaded up the mag, all 10 rounds, I had 3 failures to eject. I don't know if that's the rim on the cartridge or what, but yeah, that happened 3 times. And when I only loaded 5 rounds in the mag, then it worked just fine, swimmingly. Trigger was all right, a little spongy, but it's $280, so not an issue for me. The Redline LPVO, I guess that's what it is. It's more affordable. It's only at Academy. Worked well. 1 to 6 is all you need. I mean, it's 22 mag. You're not popping a Bigfoot from a couple hundred yards away. Just squirreling it, I guess. I don't know. Coyotes? I don't know what you shoot with 22 mag. I live in a subdivision. All right, and the Swamp Fox, really good optic, really good in the daytime. Little induced operator error. I don't know if you can see that. That's going to be fun for the next week. You can also tell that the iron sides is not on this because I used the screws that came with this and not with the iron sides. Or I used the shorter screws. So about 3 rounds in, took one to the dome. I was able to find the screws, which is amazing to me. I put it back on. It's holding 0. It's fine. It's I kind of like it without the iron sides, but I'm a fat guy and I hit I hit in the corners and all the types of stuff. So I'll put it back on. I'll Loctite everything down. I'll get the longer screws. It's not wiggling at all. After I put this back on and shot 40-50 rounds through it, it functioned just fine. Held 0 great. Like I said, nicely illuminated during the day because it's Florida in September now, and it's hot as shit because it's almost noon. I was able to see it just fine from under an awning. You can see right there. My 365 was still fine. I don't know if you guys have this issue, but it's dusty as shit in there. I try to like use the dust of the pressurized air, get it in there, but I got big old booger hooks, so I'm just gonna use like wrap some microfiber cloth around a brush or something and get it out, try to clear that out. But that worked fine. I did have to hit the illumination up because I'm used to having it for indoors. That functioned just fine. My CSX, see, this is still my issue. If I pull on that, it's in there, but it looks, I can see a little break in there. Iron sights for the backup gun, fits in the front pocket just fine. A lot of people are worried about that false reset, but I just kind of pull over every time again. I don't move until I hear the click. I just reset, especially on that one. That one's, if I have to pull that one out, I'm not going to be doing any precision shoeing. That's last resort. I'm just doing this. I love the Ambi mag release, Ambi safety, Ambi mag release. I'm sorry. I switched the mag release, Ambi bolt slide catch release. I told you this hot. I'm getting dehydrated just sitting here, even though the AC's blasting. I'm sure you can hear it. What else? That's it. Oh, that is not it. These bad boys here. Initially, I was like, man, they're doing great. It's a redemption story, and then I started talking and sweating. I'm over 250 pounds, so I sweat a lot, and it's 90 degrees at noon here. These were slipping out, which is not so bad when I was shooting alone, but then more people got closer and closer to me, so that kind of started blowing me out. And the right side, I guess, is a little smaller than my right side's a little smaller than my left, so I'm still trying to find the right plugs. But even in the one that it fit better, it was still slipping out when I would talk. And my headphones, my regular headphones that have kind of like noise canceling background, work better. So, you know, I'm gonna keep giving them a shot, but it's calling it right now straight up doo-doo. And then I went to put my extremes on my walkers, and I touched the volume adjust, and it's been on for like a month and a half, so I didn't even attempt to put them on. I'm just gonna go home and change the batteries. 2 AA batteries, it's fine. And that's the extent of that. I will be at home, you know, in my comfy couch or sofa recliner. Shit, I'm running out of words. I should have ate today. I'll be in my recliner going over a little more of the specs of the Rossi. Other than that, thanks for watching. Have a good day. All right, so this is probably going to be a long video, especially since it's been a week since my boy. It's been a week since the range trip, and no residual damage. And if I did have any concussion or damage, nobody would even know. So we're good to go. So let me grab what I'm here to talk about right now. This thing, it's the Rossi RS22 Mag. So my biggest issue, my biggest gripe was failure to extract, which I've had probably about 40 to 50% of the minimal shots I took. So I'm gonna hold reservation. I don't know if it's worth the $280 that I paid for it. At the moment, it is not. I'm gonna see if there's anything I should do, greasing, adjusting, which you shouldn't have to do any adjustments on a gun when you're, you know, breaking it out of the box to use. But also, I want to check to see if different ammo would help, because those Winchesters had a real small ledge on the rim. You know, for being rim fire, there it was pretty thin. I could barely pop them back out of there. But it felt great to shoot when it did shoot. It does have a bolt hole open here, so that was okay. 10 rounds. I was gonna build an AR in 22 because Bear Creek Arsenal has one for like, I think it went down from 380 to like 279, which is how much I paid for this thing. Which, you know, that's the way it happens. But it was also 10 rounds, so why spend the money on or use all the the parts kits that I already have, and on that if I already have this all put together. I finally got a reason to put this Redline Rebel on. It's 1:6. It's you know, it's a little more budget minded. It's an exclusive at Academy, and it worked great. It's 1:6. It stayed true. It was easy to zero, and it held. So it's not wiggling. I got it on there pretty good. You know, the length of pull is not my cup of tea, but my only issue is I could see the barrel in there, but a little riser fix that. It is very clear glass, so I will say that. So the best thing about this thing is the sight on it. Not too much to write home about. It's very light. If you have a good amount of land, which I don't, you want to pop some shit off from the porch, this is a pretty good thing to have. I wouldn't depend on it. I wouldn't have my life depending on it. But the reason I make these videos is to kind of so you don't have to buy this shit. If it does work, great, but it's already not worth it. Yeah. Let me know if you have any questions on this specifically. I'm going to keep running it just because I paid for it, so I better run the shit out of this thing. And I might sell it immediately after I run a few boxes through. I'll probably wait till it's kind of a little more reliable before I give it to anybody else. Alright, let me set that down. And so moving forward, I don't think I'm going to have too many new pieces. I do want to kind of start training a little more run and gun stuff, duty style, with my, here we go, it's my belt, my preliminary setup, if you will. It's a 511 belt, little hanger. This is a KT-Mag I got online. If you really want to know, I'll get you the just post a comment, I'll get you the website right like that. This was made specifically for the Glock 19 with the TLR1 HL, and it did not give me, well, it may have, but I didn't have room for the red dot, so my exquisite dremeling here, so there's a bunch of black shavings in my back porch, but it did have clearance for the suppressor height sight, and it is in there, you know, especially for a level 1. She stays pretty locked in, and I have it on a Safariland QLS. And this is a Gun and Flower. The one it came with has the belt loops. It would have worked fine, but I could not get it. I couldn't get it on the belt. I couldn't get the buckle off, and it took me about 10 minutes, and that's as much as I was going to try. So I got one that could fit in the molly straps, and it's bolted in there. It can be adjusted, you know, cant wise and height. It has, well, I'd say through 2. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 2, and it has so it has this Safariland, and it has a, I don't know what you would call that, but it looks like a gear, and it fits on this sight tack. So I have this sight tack for my Ruger 57. I don't know if you could see, it has these gear-like teeth, and it has that attachment on there if I would like to do that. It's not as convenient as a QLS, which I have on here. But what I wanted to start doing is running and gunning. So I have this I will probably run with my, here it goes, my 300 blackout build. This is kind of heavy. That's so this is probably outrun, boom, boom, throw, catch the next one, pick up, shoot. But also with this bad boy, my Ruger 5.7, I have the old 570R, which is still waiting for its can in jail. This actual can, not this faux thing. And also this Ames core is working fantastically. So I'd run these two, maybe a 2-gun, something like that, or just, you know, just training with my tools. Make sure I'm most, you know, as ready as I can be. You know, I have all this cool shit. Might as well run it at the best level I can. What I'm still waiting on is a holster for this SP01 Tactical. There we go. There's a snap cap in there. I didn't want to pop out. But I initially bought this SideTac Amazon special for that. And it almost fit, even though it says SP01, but it doesn't say Tactical. So what doesn't fit is the suppressor sight, the suppressor height sight, which you would have to like angle in. Not okay. So I initially got it for this. But it fits my Ruger 5.7 just fine. And it really locks in there. So there's that. So I do want to run this. This is kind of a race gun here, which I'm not a fan of this. Is it the GLS Safariland? That's second level of retention right there. At least on this unit. The lock kind of pops up occasionally. I don't know if that's just, I kind of got it locked in for this one finally. This is my VP9. Oh, it's a Small Fox Liberty. See, this one's kind of got a wiggle. And if I tighten it too much, that's where you tighten it, it doesn't release as well. So that could be better. And I have the QLS system on there. So I don't know if I would just run this by itself or if I have, you know, something to attach it to. If I run it with the AR, the 300 blackout. But you know, it's just a sick gun. I love it. It shoots well. Boom. Then I may use it with a got things everywhere. All right. And then I have this MPX, which I would like to run with something else threaded, but in the sake of keeping things cohesive, I would probably run it with my M17 here. So 1, 2, I have at least 3 solid combos. And this is by far one of my favorite guns here. I do want something because this is about a 4.5-inch barrel, so I think these might be the same actually, or slightly different. But I do want to make an AR9 with a longer barrel, maybe 10.5 or 8.5. I do love that PCC, but you know, I would like something with a little more length to it. Kind of get a full burn, not a full burn, you probably get it out of that, but you know, a little more distance out of that. I don't know about running this. I mean, it's made for it. Looks good, feels good. But I have maybe the VP90. I'll run with that. What I have already set up right now is for the PSA, which has been running great since I got it. And I got, these are from 511 also. Just mag pouches. So I have 2 regular size ones, or I keep it like that. And then I have one for the big country here from Elite Spanker, just in case, you know. And then I have my chest rig, my plate carrier, has 3 on there. And I was thinking about making the AR9 with that accepts Glock mags, so I can have it just, you know, nice cohesion between both units there as well. So that would be the most back and forth, because I can run, you know, I'd run it on the 30 round mag, and if I wanted to just run this one in it too, my snap cap. So I think that would be the way to go if I do make a PCC or an AR9. So that's probably what I'll be making more videos about in the future. Until then,